So we were just going to walk. Here's where we're at. We are likely at the correct location. So we have been doing some footage that gives us a pretty good insight. You can kind of see where Rex is headed very carefully.
I can see the river from here. I'm going to walk down a little bit further. I'm going to give myself some distance. And
thank you for not just keeping it. He is on the edge. Folks, for everybody listening, I know it's windy, but we are on the edge of what appears to be about a 3,200 foot, 3,500 foot drop. And this is right above the mile markers that indicate the G.E. Kincaid Cave, which is the Marble Canyon. He showed up and he saw this cave that eventually he scrambled up to from the river you see down below Rex at 2,000 feet above the river, which is 1,500 feet below us, is a cave that he entered that found not only multiple mummies, but an entrance to an underground city. And then from there, it was, of course, declined by the Grand Canyon, the Smithsonian, that there was no Grand Canyon expedition for that. But we are here to search for where we might want to maybe make an ascent or descent with climbing equipment and properly look for this canyon faced cave that would likely be where he's going. I know it's a little windy, sorry about that, but to get here we have a really great host that has put us here. I am looking down into the canyon, obviously at a level where it is becoming level with the camera. It's getting hard to see, but I'm following Rex around. In fact, I bet you guys can't see it. I'll try to zoom in, but there is a cave system straight across. Rex, you see the cave? Straight ahead, that's a cave. Now we were shooting photography in the area that we were definitely.com and of course Rockfin, and you know the stuff we're looking at, it's really hard for me to see the screen, guys, too. So I know that there's some comments coming in. I just want you to know I'm excited to be here to get you this footage, just to be part of it, because there's Rex. Rex is on too. So what we're going to do is keep setting up for camera work. We need to explore while the sun is conducive for that filming. And of course, all of it's going to be available on, we'll be doing the drone footage is in 6K. It's just, it should be people's screensavers on their television. When you go to pick which giant screen television to get, there is a significant detail in 6K of the canyon wall that we were looking at. You can see down where I am right here. This is, I should show you the Jeep. I didn't plan on off-roading today, but we've got about 40 miles of some serious splashing around out here in this country.
Oh, okay. It looked like a cave for a minute, but it took a deep crack.
Oh, on this side?
Yeah, literally right there.
You're live.
I'm live.
So Rex says that there is a cave on this. So we were at, just to give everybody background, we've been at the canyon wall for a few hours, and this is going to be a few day deal. So we're going to keep broadcasting to you. We're going to keep recording. There's going to be a lot of better, more detailed footage released. But, you know, we want to find these Kincaid caves. We want to find the stories that you hear about Antarctica. It's not an impossible place to go. People have gone. But we're here to plan a serious look. And there's Rex. The cave wall that he's talking about is possibly to my left here, which will be to your left. So we'll set up our drone footage, and we're doing some other photography, and we're also here, EMF Harmony Ascent. Here we go. Let's see if I can even read that. I can't read that, but thanks for the thumbs up. The sun is just destroying me. I'm almost pointing you guys in the sun, and I'm so sorry, but that's it. You're looking down at an angle to what is, if we drew a straight line out from the edge here, and if we were to go out to where you're looking down, you're at about 3,500 feet below us. I mean, your mind's eye, it just doesn't compute the distances. But it doesn't appear to be, like Rex was saying, it doesn't appear he's ahead of me here. But this was our first attempt here to stop at a new location and get you some immediate results of where we're at. We were further past the Jeep, which is a significant area. We only drove 4 miles and it took us 22 minutes to get around the canyon edge from where we were. And it was beautiful. I think you guys are going to really enjoy the footage, but you're going to see that for that location, which was a location that Scott Walter, America Unearthed, a number of other groups, well, a few have been there. Rex has been there with Leak Project. They've droned it, or they photographed it, and when they did, there was no cave opening of any kind that we're seeing. But of course, it's a different animal. If you're in the canyon and you're on a boat and you're looking up, there is a difference if you're able to see that area. This area, there's kind of a ledge.
It's cool or what? Now, that won't make it get too close, but put it in perspective. Right down here.
I would prefer. So we're both live streaming, so good for us. So I'm trying to decide where to get you guys another photo, because on one hand, internally, I got to tell you, my reaction is looking at this every time. Anybody who's been to the canyon, there's no photograph that does this justice. And just being anywhere at the canyon, even overlooking it, it's so beautiful. It's so incredible. And even if you're a climber, you can go to some beautiful vistas, some beautiful places around the world. And every time there's just this point where it's like you want to stop and just be present and in the space. And it's really hard to stay connected with you guys and at the same time have that internal dialogue that happens at so many different levels where you're trying to experience the moment. It's important to be analytical. It's important to study what we're here to find, but at the same time, it's also really challenging to also be mindful and take that time you need to just be here. So here's a good example. Here's the river. We are very close to some rapids. All this is going to get posted. These rapids are fun for just different groups that get on. There's a landing within a couple miles of where we're at up the river. There are mile markers everywhere to give you some distance. There we are. There's Rex. Where'd he go? It's hard not to go back into the canyon. There's Rex. But here we go. I zoomed in a little bit. I'm excited, in this section of the canyon, there is a cave. We didn't see cave in the last 5 miles that we were looking at. And we need to see openings. We need to see spaces. On Leak Project, we did do a live stream from there about an hour and a half ago. You will be able to at least hear what we were looking at. We are describing it. You're not going to be able to see it yet. We're going to have to post all that post-trip. We'll be back in editing after Monday, after Labor Day. The footage you're seeing now of the canyon, I'm going to have to cut this off soon. We'll go back and say hello to Rex one more time. But this canyon footage is live from exactly where the G.E. Kincaid Cave is supposed to be. There really isn't too much information online. You can pretty much find it with one go. It's a hard thing. What you're doing. When you're doing your own research, it is worth it to get out and at least explore via Google Maps, Google Earth, you can get here to a point, but it's really difficult with shadowing you're really limited if you're not here or have a telephoto lens or doing live footage for you to really zoom in and see, because again, the scale of the space that we're looking at, like I'm showing you like an 800-foot wall that if I was to try to get my head around it, I would tell you is like if I wasn't looking really close, I would say, oh, I'm showing you a 150-foot cliff, and really I'm showing you like an 900-foot space of a 3,000-foot wall, and that's the scalability that is just not. It just doesn't translate well on these cameras of any kind, even if you have a nice one and take a pretty picture of one of these ruins. So, and by ruins, erosion, billions of years of erosion. There has been efforts to mine the canyon. You can go to Guano Point on the southern rim, do the skywalk. There's definitely hiking expeditions. You can do day hikes. You can do multiple day hikes. It's incredibly difficult to get any information easily. One of the things that I was going to talk to you about in later videos is just to make it easier for you. If you ever want to hike into the canyon, it's incredibly challenging to get that information. It's hard. Hey, here I am. Let's turn this bad boy around. So yeah, let's try to not do. I've been critical of people for selfie deaths, so I'm going to go ahead and avoid that. But here we are. I really appreciate you guys joining in. This footage, it's really fun to be here, but to do the work that we're going to have to do, we have to do a lot more shooting, a lot more studying of the space. I am excited that at this mile location that we found a cave. We are going to continue going up this side where we're going to find hopefully more potential locations. The goal isn't to find it'd be great to find Phoenician, Egyptian, Chinese, Asian, whatever. If there's ruins here, that would be great. But the problem is maybe there isn't any ruins. Maybe it's just that a very, in the deep past, pre-Younger Dryas, maybe Mount Toba, what we're looking at is probably a society that's only indicators of being here, the only footprint could be rock cut ruins, could be the eroded final remnants of what would have been a room that, as you look behind me, maybe started out here and then towards one of those past rock walls, it kind of like went in. So whether we find that or as an example of what I'm just describing, go to some of Brian Forster's videos on Petra, Jordan, and when you look, or just look at pictures of Petra, and you'll see up the cliff faces, it doesn't seem to make any sense. You'll see these rock cut, it looks like picture frames. And sometimes you'll have two sides and you'll see like a door. It looks like some of our other work is going on. And we're going to sort out, again, these cave faces. So I guess I'm gonna have to sign off from you guys. This is my quick hello. I'm going to get on with some of the work that we're about to do, and then we're going to come with you with more info. So hello everybody, goodbye everybody, looking forward to talking to you again. Look for more footage, look for some new intros and some new bumpers, and I have lots of interviews that some really great people have done with me that I haven't put out yet, and they're all going to be out starting the second half of September. So until later, from the Grand Canyon, goodbye.